They are an absolute sensation. I'm referring to the Savannah Bananas, and joining us here on the Rich Eisen Show on Disney Plus, ESPN app. Our radio audience will rejoin in a matter of moments. The man better known as Coach RAC, left fielder RobertAnthony Cruz is here on the Rich Eisen Show. Good to see you, sir. How are you?
Oh, so good. Thanks for having me, man.
Come on, dude. Are you just living your best life right now, or what?
I certainly am. I can't complain, man. This has been so much fun.
Because I think, you know, the biggest compliment we can get, if I may speak for all of us here, it isn't like, oh, I watch you every day or I listen to you every day. It's like you guys look like you're having fun. Because that means what we're doing is translating.
Yes.
And it's reaching and it's connecting. It looks like you guys are having more than fun. It looks like you're having the time of your lives doing what you're doing right now.
We really are. I tell everybody when they ask, what's your favorite part about Banana Ball? It's really hanging out with the guys. Like, those guys are my best friends. We genuinely have so much fun. You feel like a kid when you show up at the park every day. And obviously we have a long tour. It can get monotonous at times.
Sure.
But sincerely, it is the most fun that we've had on a baseball field.
How long is the tour? Just how long for people who are unfamiliar? How long is it?
A little longer than traditional baseball. Last year we started, we reported for spring training in the beginning of January, and our season didn't end till the end of October. So we're going for a while.
Okay, so pitchers and catchers and bananas and are all reporting. You know, I need to get all the names right as well. All the animals and firefighters and tailgaters and coconuts and clowns are all reporting.
You nailed it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I got it all written down here.
Well done.
I mean, you know, dude, you're not the only professional sitting on this set.
Not your first rodeo.
That's. But I've been to a rodeo. I have been. In terms of a Savannah Bananas game. You know, it is, again, what a blessing to be able, because I always thought that when I watched my kid when he was playing Little League ball at age 12 or whatever, just watching him put on a uniform and run out on the field. And then I think Major League Baseball players get to do that all the time. You get to put on a baseball uniform and act like a kid and do kid stuff, you know, for kids. Yeah. Pretty much.
And I'm 27. What a blessing. Right? Like,
how did you get involved with the Savannah Bananas? How did that happen?
Yeah. Well, myself, just like many of my teammates, played traditional baseball our whole life. Banana ball wasn't even on the radar, wasn't even a thing.
Yes.
And so I was signed by the Nationals in 2021. So free agent deal, had a cup of coffee with the Nationals, got released in 2022.
And you played outfield for them as well? Or
actually,
what?
No. I was an infielder. I never played the outfield until I got to the Bananas.
Okay.
So I was an infielder in the Nationals organization, did that for about a year, got released. And but about that, though, my dad, I had a moment with him when I got signed where my dad worked at Firestone and I went to his work and told him that I got signed. It was a surprise to me.
That went viral, did it not?
Yes. So that was kind of my first, like, introduction into social media. Before that, I had no presence or anything like that. So when I got released, I still had a few 100,000 people that followed me just from that one video.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I am now putting two and two together. That was one of the, by the way, I've got Savannah Bananas, RobertAnthony Cruz, Coach RAC is here on the Rich Eisen Show. I remember that moment. Our radio audience just returned here on ESPN Radio, where you went and walk me through that moment again, if you don't mind. I remember this. So your dad is working where? Where's he working?
Yeah, my dad's working at Firestone in Riverside, and
here in California.
California, yes. I had dreamed of being picked up by a professional team, but I went to a Division II school. I didn't think it was likely that I'd get picked up. It was a 20-round draft. You know, COVID shortened everything down. And I ended up getting a phone call right after the draft. I was playing Minecraft. I was homeschooled, so I love Minecraft.
Nice.
And playing Minecraft, I get a phone call from DC, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to answer it. It's probably spam. But there's like, hey, this is Mark Baca with the Washington Nationals. We want to sign you for $20,000. Does that work? I'm like, yeah, I would have done it for free. Let's do it, man.
Nice.
And so yeah, I went and I drove to Lids at like a local mall, bought the last two Nationals hats that they had there, and then drove to Firestone where my dad was working. And I told my mom, I was like, hey, like, you should record this. I think this is going to be cool, you know. Make sure it's red at the top, Mom, you know. Wouldn't want to, you know, have an accident there. So she recorded that moment, and I, you know, told my dad that I got signed, and, you know, we were both crying. And later on that day, I thought, okay, this would probably be pretty cool to share. But yeah, that moment was
And
special.
so you popped it on
TikTok, yeah.
Okay. And off it went.
Yeah.
What a moment for you and your dad to have, right? Because
Yeah.
again, that's and we'll get to the fun in the games with Savannah Bananas and Banana Ball in a second. But you know, this is the culmination of so many people who are waking up 4 a.m, 5 a.m, driving all over a state to get you out there to play ball as a kid, to get your reps, to get your swings, get your at bats, you know, and to get that moment is pretty cool, brother.
So special. Thank
Awesome.
you, man. My dad works so hard, and often, I mean, every time I would ask, he never said no. Every time he was getting off work, I'm like, hey, Dad, we got an hour left of daylight. Like, meet me at Reed Park. Like, can you go throw me some batting practice? And
Yes.
always said yes. Even to this day, he still throws me batting practice.
Yes. So if somebody had told you right then and there, hey, you're going to play in Angel Stadium one day, but
Yeah, the butt I never would have expected.
but it's going to be in front of
Sold out.
Sold out. Angel Stadium actually sold out.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
That's right.
Otani's not involved.
yeah.
You know, but it's going to be with the Savannah Bananas, and it's going to be in front of a crowd that is fully delighted by watching your son play or watching you play, right? Were your folks in Angel Stadium? when
Oh
you were
yeah.
there?
Oh yeah. They were there, man.
Of course they had to be.
Yeah, this thing has been so special, and I think that so many of the players realize like we've got a second chance at playing again.
Yes.
Otherwise, we wouldn't still be playing ball. And so we try to keep a good perspective and not take it for granted because we sold out Angel Stadium. I grew up going to games there all the time. My neighbor had season tickets. So yeah, man, such a blessing. I feel very blessed.
And you are entertaining, and your colleagues are entertaining beyond expectation. And it's so much fun to watch you guys play. What goes into preparing for a game?
A lot more than people realize.
I bet.
Oh yeah. So we've got this guy Maceo. He's our dance instructor. Yeah, we got one of those. Zach Frangelo is our director of entertainment.
Yes.
What this practically looks like on a game day, you
Yes.
show up, and before you even touch a baseball, we got rehearsals. Yeah, there's Stilts pitching. Love that. We have rehearsals, and
Yes.
so they will tell us what the plans are, what dances we're doing that day. So when you see us performing a dance, in front of 45, 50,000 people making a fool of ourselves, we learned that dance like that morning.
Okay,
So
that was
have-
going to be
have
my
some-
question. Like, when do you practice the dances?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the day of. Yeah, there are certain dances that we repeat. Like when we win, we have our victory dance. I guess it's silly to say that, but yeah, that's basically what it is. So we have a couple dances that we repeat. Other than that, the run scoring celebrations, the special walks up to home plate, all of those we learned that day. So have some grace with us out there. We're trying.
You don't get heckled, do you?
Oh no. Just on social
Okay.
media, I'd say.
Oh, well, forget that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
everybody. But
Sure.
who's trolling a Savannah Banana on social media? What is your malfunction?
A sad person.
That's true.
That's an understatement.
A party animal diehard, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, right.
I'm sick and tired of this team. What the hell? So has something happened on a diamond that wasn't planned completely that even surprised you? Wow, I just made that play. I just made that hit. I just hit that ball or something like that.
Yeah.
How often does something like that happen?
Oh, all the time.
I
'Cause,
bet.
again, we're playing baseball.
baseball.
Yeah, I mean, we're competing. Like, we're
You have
trying
no
to
idea
win.
how the ball's going to come off the bat, right?
No, there's no way. Like, you could get the best hitter in the world, and who knows? Otani might not hit a home run, even if they throw you a fastball right down the middle. Like,
Right.
baseball is hard, and probably the moment that stands out for me.
Yes, sir.
That blew my mind, and I just thank God I got to even experience this. I always dreamed of just rounding the bases, hitting a home run in a major league stadium, a bunch of people.
Like Fenway Park?
Sure, yeah, like
Right.
that. Exactly.
For instance?
Yeah, we've played there a couple times.
Yeah.
The 3-year anniversary of me getting signed by the Nationals.
Yes.
So I got signed July 13th of 2021. July 13th of last year, 2024, I'm at Nationals Park. We just so happen to be playing at Nationals Park. Our one game of the year
Wow.
that we play at Nationals Park was on the 3-year anniversary of me getting signed. So the owner, Jesse Cole of Bananas, was like, we were sitting on a plane next to each other actually the week before, and he was like, "Hey, did you know that when we play at Nationals Park next week, that's like the anniversary of you getting signed by them?" I was like, "Wow, I didn't even realize that."
You didn't even realize that.
I didn't realize
Okay.
that. He wanted to see the video on my phone, and we pulled it up, and it was July 13th. So he was like, "Are your parents coming to this game?" And they weren't planning on it initially, but he was like, "You know what? I think we should have your dad walk with you up to home plate again."
Come on.
And kind of recreate that moment initially of you getting signed by the Nationals and you telling your dad. And so we'll have him walk up to home plate with you, share a moment. We'll play your video on the video board. We'll give you a standing ovation, at Nats Park, and go from there. And wouldn't you know it, my last at bat at Nationals Park, home run.
Come on.
Like, I mean, it was like I'll never forget like the ball leaving the yard, and it was just. It was euphoric. It was so cool.
You jacked it out.
Yeah, yeah. Awesome. I got it somewhere on YouTube. I don't know.
Well, I mean, we'll find it.
Yeah.
But did you go to the plate thinking like I want to jack one out here?
Oh, well, of course. Yeah. I mean, of course, that's the idea. But at that point in the game, I think that was my third at bat, and I was like, all right, I just want to. I already had a triple earlier in that game, and I was like, all right, let's. I wasn't specific. I'm always trying to hit a home run, of course. But but I wasn't even. Thought it even crossed my mind. It would have been like too good to be true in my head. But there's moments like that a lot that happen.
Dude, basically every game is too good to be true right now.
Yeah.
I mean, you're selling out football stadiums. Football. You got Oregon Stadium next year. You got Wrigley Field next year.
Yeah.
You're back on the Bananas again next year. Right? I mean, Raymond James Stadium, 3 million fans on the ticket wait list across the United States. This is a phenomenon.
Yeah.
And it just also speaks again about how baseball's a kid's game and you're acting like kids and kids can't wait to watch adults act like kids and maybe see somebody throw a fastball on stilts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
Who comes up with this stuff?
Man, well, you got to give a lot of props to Jesse Cole, the owner.
Right.
I mean, his vision for the sport of banana ball was birthed out of this collegiate summer team that he's running in Savannah, Georgia. And, collegiate summer teams will try to get creative with their mid-inning promotions and try to get the fans involved. But you never see more than a couple thousand people show up. And Jesse Cole started, rather than looking at the field, he started looking at the fans and was like, okay, what parts of the game are they getting disengaged?
Right.
And he basically crafted the sport of banana ball to just keep the audience attention the whole time and make it interactive. Like as we're playing in these stadiums, we have players going up into the third deck and giving roses to little girls. Yeah. And the stuff that we do makes it feel like even if you're sitting way up at the top, you're still included as like part of the show. Yeah. So got to give props to Jesse Cole. So many of the amazing ideas that you see us doing on the field, a lot of it originated with him.
Is there a spot you want to play in that you haven't been?
Like a place I want to play? Oh, I would love to play at Dodger Stadium. That's like, we're not going there next year. I grew up a Dodger fan.
I'm sure you, okay.
Yeah, I'd love to play there.
Dodger Stadium.
Yeah.
What about a football stadium? You're a football guy in any way, shape, or form, or what?
I have a fantasy football team, and I think I'm in third now out of 10.
Okay.
I did auto draft, and I know nothing about football. Yeah.
You're kind of what's wrong with fantasy football.
Right.
To be honest
I've heard
with you
that.
right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I know,
it's
and I'm
wrong.
doing well too. That's just the tough part. Like that's how it works, right?
That's him over there too. That's Jason Feller.
Is it?
What's up, buddy?
Yeah.
Is that you too?
Jason Feller, meet Coach RAC.
Hi.
Coach RAC, that's Jason Feller.
Yep.
Oh, I have Rico Dowdle? Well, geez, let me start him. Oh, he gets 200 yards rushing. Oh, okay.
Nice.
That guy. That's the guy.
That's my guy right there.
Oh, so who did you auto draft?
Oh man, so I got Bijan.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I got Jalen Hurts. He's my quarterback.
All right.
I don't even know too many names. I just.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I just see this guy here, and I'm
God.
like, oh, he's projected for 13. All right, cool. Let's put him in the lineup.
Oh my.
That's me.
By the way, this Nationals home run is incredible. You get an American flag on your way to first base, and you're like running around the bases with this flag.
left that part out.
It's amazing.
So that was the funny thing. Before the game, we, as we're rehearsing, they were like, okay, we're in D.C. One of our celebrations will be if anyone hits a home run.
Yeah.
The celebration will be we're going to run the American flag out to you, and you run around the bases with it. And so, yeah, I mean, I hit the home run, and I start running to first base, and then my teammate Kyle runs up to me with the flag, and I was like, oh yeah, I got to run around the bases with the flag. So, Toby Keith's rolling and I'm just running around the bases. It was probably one of the, top 5 American moments in the past couple years, I'd say,
self-proclaimed. Comes out at home plate. It's a giant celebration.
Yeah.
The only thing missing is you didn't hit into the light tower with the natural. The balls are flying down.
I've seen that movie.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad you get that pop culture reference.
Yep. I don't get too many. I'm homeschooled, but
you said that, but you're also 27, and I didn't want to, show my age here.
Sure.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool, brother.
Thanks.
And part of that story too. What's the most amazing part of that story is there were actual Washington National lids and a Riverside lids. What is that? For the Howie Kendrick fans?
There were two of them.
The two Howie Kendrick fans who rooted for the Angels and the Nationals. Is that what it is?
I think those were those two for that. Yeah.
It's just some poor Howie Kendrick fan goes, why are we sold out of National hats? Because Coach RAC grabbed him for a viral video.
Hey, fun fact: my first ever professional hit was with Howie Kendrick's bat, actually, because he was in the Nats org. Yeah.
It's getting better.
Yeah, man. I just remembered that. Yeah, I still have that bat.
The only thing better is that you got maybe one of Juan Soto's bags.
Yeah, I don't have that.
No?
Yeah.
Well, he's a Met fan over there. He knows all about Juan Soto taking the bag. That's what that guy knows right there. Love of the game, my ass. Wow. That's what we got this guy here for.
Jealous Yankees fan right there, Rack. He's just
That's all right. I'm bitter.
One thing I love about you guys, though, too, is can you tell me a little bit about the umpire?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Umpire is the man.
He's the man.
Yeah, no, Vincent Chapman, he can move a little bit. The dancing umpire, the twerking umpire, I mean, he can move. There's no doubt about that. I'd say probably the 4th inning every game, he'll go dust off the plate, and then they play his song and chucks his mask way up in the air, and people lose their mind. They love that guy.
Like Enrico Palazzo?
I don't know who that is.
Oh,
I know. I was like 2 for
wait.
2 before that, though, so I'm still batting like
Nah,
667,
I don't
I'd
think
say.
he'd know who Enrico
You've never
It's an
seen
80s
you've
move.
never seen the Naked Gun, is what you're saying.
No idea what you're talking about.
Two things. Two things. First of all, shot at Dodger Stadium.
Okay.
Okay. So that's number
Pretending to be angels.
one. Pretending to be angels. Reggie Jackson comes out of right field.
Okay.
No, this doesn't ring a bell.
I
to
know
you, huh?
Reggie Jackson.
Okay, good.
I know right
No,
field.
he's part of a plot to kill the Queen of England.
Okay.
Let me see what
See, I
else.
feel like you're just making this up. This doesn't sound real.
No. And Lieutenant
That's a real
Frank.
movie, bro.
Lieutenant Frank. This is one of my favorite parts in the history of the show is explaining Police Squad to Coach Rack of Savannah Bananas right now. Lieutenant Frank Drebin,
right.
Police Squad, goes undercover as an umpire to try and uncover the plot in
Wow.
time to save the Queen.
This does sound good.
And he is a dancing umpire at one point in time.
Really?
Yes.
No.
Not
Trust
like your
me on
guy,
this.
though.
Trust me on all of this.
I
It's
trust you, but like kind of.
You'll-
I
you'll-
feel like this
no,
isn't
I'm
a real
not.
thing.
I am not. Am I trolling?
this is
am
a
I
real-
trolling
this is a
Coach
real
Rack?
No.
movie.
This is great.
Yeah.
This is great.
This
You're
is real?
It's a great. It's
This is
a great
real.
movie.
It's
Okay.
like one of those
It's a great
spoof movies.
Have you
like-
seen Major League?
Might be able to.
Yeah,
Okay,
I have
you've
seen that.
Major League.
Yes, that's a classic.
Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams, yeah.
Okay.
Seen that. Sandlot, yeah.
Oh,
Met
Sandlot.
Ham Porter in the batting cage at Angel Stadium, actually.
Gambino played
know.
in the game.
Okay.
Yeah, he did. It was a miracle that he made contact because I'll tell you what, I was giving him soft toss in the cage down before, and brother could not make contact on underhands. And then he gets in the game and made contact. I was like, there's no way he just did that.
It's amazing.
It was a miracle.
Any special new rule changes for because that's kind of one of the unique aspects of Savannah Ball or the unique rules. Anything
Yeah.
new for 2026?
Yes, this is not confirmed.
Okay.
But we tried this out in playoffs a couple months ago, and I kind of like it. So the one element of Banana Ball that was like not competitive is the trick plays. There was no incentive to do it other than it looks cool. I do a backflip catch in left field, looks sweet, but it doesn't really give us any competitive advantage. If we're like the game's on the line, generally speaking, I'm just catching it normally.
Okay.
They added this rule where you get an extra point. They call it an equalizer point if you have more trick plays than the other team. However, the home team often has, I don't want to get too into the weeds here, but the home team often has more opportunities to make outs on defense because they can walk off innings.
Correct.
So let's say in the first inning, leadoff batter hits a home run. The away team didn't get a single out because the home team walked off the inning. So what they added was this equalizer point where if the visiting team gets more trick plays than the home team, then they get 1 point. And it's very simple, but we tried it in playoffs, and it made it so that people were trying trick plays in pressure situations because you wanted to make sure you had more trick plays than the other team so that the visiting team doesn't get the equalizer point. So that's like the one rule change that is up in the air. I don't know if they're going to do it for next year, but I think it'll add more of a competitive like balance, I guess, to the game, and give incentive for people to do trick plays and innovate.
How many points for the trick play in a championship game by having a ball hit directly into the crease of the fence and the warning track? How many points? Like, for instance, so how many points would the Blue Jays have gotten?
Right. I don't think they would have gotten any.
Okay.
If Kike Hernandez would have done like a backflip catch or something, then maybe.
Were you jealous?
Dude.
Were you jealous with that moment? Like, I could do that.
I could do that.
Mookie goes around the back
Right.
on the game-winning double play.
You know, I could do that. I can have Pages come and hit me. Look, how many points for that right there on the screen? How many points for that?
I don't think any personally, but that was such a fun World Series. That restored my faith in playoff baseball.
Really?
It was just so fun.
It was incredible.
It was cinema. Like, I was sitting there like watching, and my wife was like, "What's going on?" I'm like, Gigi, he just hit a home run, like of all people,
unreal. Rojas making the play at second to home
my
plate,
gosh, by like this much.
Right. So you're a Dodger fan, so you were probably living and dying the season was for an instant in an instant replay machine.
Yes.
Did Will Smith's toe hit it, and then the Pages moment, catching the ball over Kike Hernandez.
Yeah,
that was a Savannah Bananas moment right there.
You got me nervous just thinking about that again. Yeah.
Hey, what a pleasure to meet you. Congratulations on everything going down with you in your baseball career. And I love that you confirmed that the competition, the competitor, outranks the entertainer when the game's on the line. You're not backflipping.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna make the catch.
I'll backflip if I know I'll catch it, which
love it.
Sometimes that's the case.
Coach RAC, everybody. And you're the co-founder of the Not Your Average Baseball Camp. Tell me about that before I let you go here.
Sure, yeah. My friend Ange and I got that idea in 2022. Mm-hmm. I was making content online, and I was like, I want to make a difference in these kids' lives.
Yes.
So we hosted a camp. We actually had it out here in Orange County, and we loved it. What we learned there was like, okay, the coaches might have had even more fun than the kids. And you said this earlier. Kids want to see adults act like kids.
Yeah.
And so at these camps, we got one of our coaches, Coach Ball Game, and he'll go put a coach against a kid in an attaboy challenge where you have to yell attaboy louder than the previous yell. So you have a coach yelling attaboy at a kid's face and a kid yelling attaboy back. We have so much fun. We play banana ball. We teach baseball and the fundamentals, like the legitimate stuff. But more than anything, we want the kids to have permission to be kids again. We had our most recent camp in Texas, and between our two camps, we had 1,000 kids out. Wow. So we're planning next year's right now, but we just want to make the game fun and really pour into the next generation.
Attendance through the roof. You have a spot here anytime you want to come in, man. Congrats. And honestly, normally I'd like to make sure I'm beyond locked out, 100% prepped. I had no idea that was you in that video with your dad, but I do remember seeing it when it came out, and I'm like, this is just what it's all about.
Yeah.
And it's such a pleasure to meet you and hearing your stories, and congrats on your baby on the way as well.
Oh, thanks, brother.
Got it.
Praise God.
Yeah, you won't be acting like a kid anymore. Coach RAC here on the Rich Eisen Show. We're back to wrap this up in a second. Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.